told there's some real money in the room.
Right. Okay. So the Grape Street Crips come. You join. How did your family feel about this? Did y'all ever have that conversation?
Yeah. My little brother's also a member.
Okay.
It's me and my little brother.
So did that happen because of you? Like your influence on him? It was like boom. Or was that the thing to do back then?
No. Yeah. He was down, so he got put down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I can ask, how'd your mother feel?
Well, we never hid nothing from mama. Like
it
my
just
mama
was
my
what it
best
was.
Friend. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to her.
Right.
Respected my mama. She passed, but I always respected my mama. As a
Right.
grown man, I never cussed in front of my mama.
Right.
Didn't do none of that.
So gang life back then, gang culture back then, what was it like? Like what was you wake up from the time that you wake up to the time that you get with your homeboys? What's going on?
Way of life, like a real life way of life. What I mean by is like that was a religion to us.
Right.
Sound crazy, but it's real. That's the way we lived. Certain way we dress, certain way we walk, certain way we stand. You woke up with the homeboys, not waking up and then going to meet the homeboys. We had crib houses where it line be 10, 15 crib niggas live in there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I do, and I remember you guys talking about the crib houses. So can you explain like the idea of the crib houses? Like what made you guys get houses in the first place?
Cause you had some of the homies didn't have nowhere to go. Mamas and daddies, dope fiends, crackheads, shot dope. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Didn't have nowhere to go. So that's how we are, a unit. Unity.
Right.
Man, you ain't gotta go get no room. You got a room here. You know what I'm saying? It's a crib house.
And somebody, one of the big homies, one of the OGs decided that we gonna put a spot up for you.
Nah, it wasn't the big homies, it was us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I only ask because you don't see that today.
No.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna break it down.
So that's a different kind of mentality.
I'm gonna break it down to you. When we got put on, a bunch of us got put on with cripping. A bunch of our big homies got locked right up.
As soon as,
just like, you know, transpiring.
Right.
They got locked up. We didn't get the education. We didn't get the knowledge of cripping. We didn't get that. It's shit we had to take on our own. And us being from the streets, such as myself, a hustler such as myself, common sense. Feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Common sense to look out for my little homies. It was just common sense. It wasn't something
that's just what you did.
Right. It wasn't something that my OG told me.
Right.
Let's just be honest.
Well, how did you feel like your OGs getting locked up? Because I remember last time we spoke about the generation today, and one of the reasons that they are the way they are is because they didn't have the guidance. Because they big homies were locked up.
Right.
Y'all were locked up. So, in a sense, what you're telling me is something similar happened back in your day.
Right. When my big homie locked up, I took my common sense, like I say, and me being from the streets. And what I felt like I was supposed to do. It wasn't something that my big homie told.
Right.
It's just something that I already knew.
Right.
My little homie, man, it's my homeboy. Ain't got nowhere to go. Let's get a spot, man, where we all can chill.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That wasn't something, hey, the big homie, hey, y'all need to get a spot and do this. No.
Right.
That was just something we did. We was having that type of money.
Right. So, now, back in those days, the Crips were unified. It wasn't really a big separation between the Grapes and...
Well, the reason why, because we was all on the Southside when it started.
Right.
We was all on the Southside when it started. In the West Side. That's different. But for us, the Southside, we was all there.
Okay.
Like I said before, we was already homeboys growing up together before cripping even came.
Right.
So we was already partners.
Can you tell me like a wild story that took place while you was cripping back in the day? I mean that, you know, a story that you can tell. I'm just, and the reason I asked, let me break down the reason I asked. So the reason that I asked is to kind of give a vivid visual representation, because some of the stuff you're saying can go over people's heads. Like you can say things like it was real. A lot of people don't know what real is today. And so my definition of real and what you actually experience may not be the same thing.
Correct. I'm going to say this without, you know. One night, Menace to Society came out, the movie. We all go to Menace to Society. We in the club, we in the movie theater out here off Brian Urban.
Okay.
Right? West Side. So, we're in here deep. When When I say deep, it's basically we took the movie over. Took it over. Coming home, I'm getting to what was weird and crazy this night. Coming home, we all met up on Evans and we all was out here kicking it. Gang unit come through there. Sergeant from Weed and Seed. Anybody know anything about that back then? It was Weed and Seed. Kind of like SRT today. It was Weed and Seed back then. And one of the homies like flipped the Weed and Seed man off. Right? Sergeant. He burned off. We all go to the Crip House, which was a block away from where we kicked it at. Right. On the cut. Man, I step out the door, man, there's probably 100 Crips in this house this night. Literally, no exaggeration. And anybody will vouch for this story that I'm telling you. We step outside, look up the street. Man, there's probably 50, 60 cars of police gathering up. Right. So, in this house, man, we got so much heat and so much dope. We can't let them come in this house. You feel me? Right. So I tell everybody, man, get out. We gotta go. You know what I'm saying? If they gonna get us away from the house. So my thinking. Everybody's in the house, there's dope in the house, there's heat in the house, and the law's outside. They up the street. They coming. Gathering up. Right. In our mind, they coming. Right. You know what I'm saying? The way we thinking, oh, they finna come. They know we down here, they coming. To make a long story short, we wind up everybody getting out the house. Right. Police seals. There they go. So they didn't know where you were at? No. There they go. It's really, that's what's crazy about it, because we really did it to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? All we had to do was stay in the house. That's it. But our mind's so crazy and tricks on us and shit, and so much shit in here, we like, man, we gotta get out of here. Right. Well, when the police seals, here it is, a chase. You can imagine. 40, 50 niggas running every type of way. 40, 50 laws chasing them every type of way. Yeah. That night, probably like 20, 25 of us got caught. Took us out to jail for evading arrest. Well, I mean, you know, y'all didn't take a big charge, evading arrest charge. Oh, shit. I did. Okay. My bond was $20,000. For an evading arrest charge? For evading arrest. I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because evading arrest is a Class C misdemeanor. Right. So why would your bond be 20,000? My bond was $20,000 because it was CLos. That's plain and simple. Right. Out of everybody in there, my bond was $20,000. His bond was $200. His bond was $500. His bond was $300. My bond was $20,000. So I'm glad you brought up that point. Let's go ahead and get there. Like, when was your first interaction with the police? My first interaction with the police was I was like 10. 10 years old. Yeah, juvenile. Okay, so you grew up in the juvenile system. You went through the system, the boys' home, and yeah, so on and so forth. Can you kind of elaborate on like how was that for you? I was bad. I mean, I was bad. I was a bad kid. Yeah. You know, I can't sugarcoat it. I was bad. Yeah. We always basically gangbang. It just colors came in. It was different. Right. We had cliques. We always had a clique. Right. We used to do breaking the houses. You know, steal cars, shit like that. Right. Okay. And so I guess when did you become CLos? Like I feel like when I became CLos. There we go. Yeah, CLos. I'm already been CLos. When I became CLos, when I probably started selling dope. Right. In probably 87. Okay. 1987. Okay. And so the police, I guess, like, what I'm trying to figure out is how did the police know you were CLos? How did they know you were the man? Like I say, before the colors came, we was already sold dope. Okay. And we was already bad characters. Right. You know what I'm saying? We didn't need the colors to do the shit we was doing. We was already not to be played with. Type shit. So the laws knew that too. Okay. You know? It was like cat and mouse. That's just true. It was like cat and mouse. The police knew we sold dope. It's your job to catch us. That's how we felt. You had a son. I had a son. Who joined the gang? I had 2 sons, actually. Okay. Yeah. Could you kind of talk to us about like how you felt about, first of all, having to leave them alone? My mentality was so fucked up. So I'm a man, so I can tell you this. My mentality was so fucked up And I so stood on what I believed that in my heart, I believed my kids was going to be Crips. Being honest with you. Mm-hmm. Did an interview kind of like this here, and they asked me, I had my son with me that's passed. What you think about him? Oh, he going to be Grape Street. I got him right here. That's how my mentality was. That's why I stood on in what I believe. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when I leave, I left them. I left them. They was 1 year old, both of them.
Yeah. And so around the time when you were in prison, one of them actually became Grape Street or became a Crip.
Became a Crip, not Grape Street.
Right. How did you feel about that? Him not being Grape Street, because you would assume that they would just follow in their father's footsteps. If that was gonna be the path that they chose.
Yeah, I didn't really have an issue with it. Right, you know, of course, I would want him to be great. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is life. Once he get put down, that's his life.
So it's not a situation to where they automatically become what you are at a certain age?
Not I believe. Meaning the old school belief, nah. Right. Nah. He had to get put down regardless. Right. I don't care what type of rank or status I have. Right. You have to be put down. Right. Don't matter. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You ain't just put on because of who your daddy is or who your mama is. No.
Right. Okay, so let's kind of dive a little deeper. So around the time when you were in prison, one of your sons was actually killed by gang violence.
I was out. I just got out 4 months. I was home 4 months.
4 months.
He got killed.
All right. How did you feel about that?
It hurt me to my heart, you know. Yeah. My soul still right now today. Yeah. But some people wonder how you live with that. I believe in real life. Right. You feel what I'm saying? It's nothing you can sugarcoat. Right. That's how the streets are. He was in the streets. I believe what goes around comes around. I believe that. I made people feel like I feel right now. Right.
To this day, do you think that some of the stuff that you may have done way back when could come back to?
That's what happened. That's of course that's what happened. That's why I say what goes around comes around. Right. I made daddies and mamas feel like I feel right now. Right. I made it. So I'm just living through what I made them live through.
Right. And your mentality, even to this day, in a sense, what I'm getting from you is kind of like it is what it is, but that's the lifestyle that I chose in a sense, and so I'm gonna take my lick.
I can accept it more than his mama could accept it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I've made people feel like I feel right now.
Right.
So it's a punishment for me. Right. A curse, I believe. Yeah.
So let me ask you this now. At one point, there was a gang Truce called in Fort Worth.
Yeah, 94.
94. Mm-hmm. Okay, so can you kind of talk about, first of all, the year 94 and what was going on around that time? Because I was just being born, so I'm a baby. Right. In addition to that, I know that Bill Clinton had just passed the crime bill. But in Fort Worth, what was going on?
It was a war. All-out war. Niggas was dying every day. Right. Every day. Literally every day. We all they got locked up. The streets was out of control. So we proposed a truce. We try to get the streets back. Right. You know?
How did that come about?
We was all locked up in the county. And actually the gang sergeant came to a couple of us with it and see what was we interested in. Because at this time, all us considered big homies, we was all locked up. You know what I'm saying? Right. We was all locked up.
So how did he approach you about something like that?
Well, he had already, me and him already had worked together. Meaning that...
What do you mean when you say work together?
I believe back then, what you claim is what you are. And you're supposed to be proud of it. You feel me? Well, you had people coming in the county that wasn't claiming.
What you mean?
Are you a gang member? No, they wasn't claiming. Well, we had a problem with that. So what I mean by is, I would sit down there, and if you didn't claim, you had something coming in the county. If you wasn't claiming, I'm gonna make sure you claim. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you got stereotyped anyway. If you was from Stop 6 and you was 17 to 23 and you wasn't a blood, they labeled you that. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Why wouldn't people claim? I'm just now this is personal.
Because
is it the time they were worried about?
No, it's not that. It's because when you claim, this is the system. When you claim or when you're confirmed, that's what it's called. Mm-hmm. You get treated different going to the penitentiary. You see what I'm saying?
I do. However, I haven't been in that position, so I can't understand.
So if I'm confirmed,
right.
if I'm a confirmed gang member,
how do you get treated?
We automatically are different.
Right.
If you're not a gang member, you're not gonna get treated as bad as I'm gonna get treated.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I might get segregated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I might get put like I'm gonna be put over here with the gang members.
Right.
You may not be, because you're not a gang member. You're not confirmed.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But we supposed to be proud of what we are. So coming through that back door, not saying what you are, that's like a violation. Not claiming your set, you violating. You disrespecting the set. To us. You see what I'm saying? Nowadays they don't understand that or believe that way. That's the difference. We believe that then. You a Crip, you a Crip. You a blood, you a blood. You need to let that be known. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't know how they did it, but that's how we did it.
Right.
Yeah, you a Crip. Yeah, you a Crip, nigga. Nigga came through there and didn't understand that. They came through that county. I stepped to them and let them know. Man, you know what you is, man. Better go out there and make sure the people know who you is. Before they put you somewhere where you don't belong.
Mm.
Put you somewhere where you not wanted. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's why he came to me with, hey, you know, on the Crip side, I hollered at my homies. The ones that, my homeboys. They was with it. If I was with it, they was with it. We tried it.
And what were the results?
It lasted a few months.
Right.
It lasted a few months.
I feel, for me, I would assume that y'all had already been wanting to do a Truce if y'all just, or was it once the idea was presented, it sounded good, and it was something that you wanted to go ahead and do? Was the goal to stop what was going on in the streets? Was the goal to calm down? What was the goal?
The goal was, because all us had been locked up.
Right.
The big homies. The youngsters were out here riding crazy. So the object of it was to pull them back in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way you do things. So it was to pull them back in to kind of calm that down.
Right.
Because they were gun home. You know what I mean? They were going crazy. And you had, don't get me wrong, you had some homies that listened. You had some homies that wasn't.
Right.
We ain't knocked them. If you wasn't with it, we ain't knocked. Still love you. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna chill. We gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? You had some that didn't. We ain't tripping.
Right.
You know?
Do you think, like, looking back at that, I don't know if you know how, you so humble, I don't know if you know how big that actually is, being able to calm down a war when it's going on. You know what I mean? Being able to call the truth. Do you think looking back at it, it was worth it?
Yeah, it was worth it. For me, it was worth it.
Right.
Because it made me look at a bunch of things different.
Like what?
Like, I didn't believe in being around something that wasn't what I was. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I didn't trust people that wasn't what I was.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But going back to that and actually living with the other side showed me a bunch. It prepared me a lot for going to the penitentiary. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Which is a whole different world. You feel what I'm saying?
I do, to a degree, What did you learn living with the other side?
That we all the same. We all the same. It's just you believe in this and I believe in that.
And I gotta ask because you're not the first person that I heard this from. I heard it from the other side.
Yeah.
That people back then, so if we could talk about today's day a little bit, I still want to deal into the penitentiary because it's an interesting topic. People don't know what went on, what you went through at a tender age of 19. However, today you could see a clique that might consist of 2 Bloods and a Crip,
right?
Even a neutral,
right?
Back in your day, it's like y'all had no love, no trust.
Right.
You didn't see that.
Right.
And so when I'm asking you about what, kind of why did you have that mentality and some of, like, what do you think changed? That's a big change.
Yeah.
To now, so when you see, if you were to see a Blood and a Crip walking down the street together today, you being who you are and what you've been through, what would you say? Or at least think to yourself.
I'll be like, the first thing I'll check out to see if they real. You know what I'm saying? Just think, is these some real niggas? You know what I'm saying? Because if they real niggas, then I'm cool with that. That's cool. That's some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? That's alright. We done came a long way. That's how you feel.
Okay.
You even feel proud. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we really done came this far. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if they playing, then it's different. And it's not even them. It's you playing with the colors. You playing with the belief. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Not even being true to that. That's all I'm saying. They not even being true to that. That's the difference. But yes, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that all the way 100% cool with that.
Right.
I got some blood partners.
Right.
Like real partners. From here to Dallas. I got some real blood partners that can call me and I'm coming.
Right.
And it's crazy, but that's how it is.
I've seen today, I interview a lot of young people, and so one of the general beliefs for people that do kind of intermingle is that they, is the color they looking for is green. That's what they'll say.
Yeah, I don't care nothing about that.
Right.
That's not why I mingle.
Right.
I don't care nothing about that. I don't mingle, kick it, or cool with a nigga because of no money. Not me. That's not me. I kick it and be cool with a nigga if they genuine, if they real, period. That's me. That's just me. The money don't have nothing to do with it with me. Because my partners, that's Bloods, gonna understand it's still certain things I'm not gonna do and ain't gonna do. It's still certain things I'm gonna wear and I'm not gonna wear. You see what I'm saying? They understand it and respect it the same way I respect whatever they wearing. Or whatever they do, It's just certain things we not gonna do. But they my partners, don't get me wrong. I would never disrespect them. I don't play them games.
Right.
Because respect is high. High to me, real high. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just, like I said, I got some blood partners that can call me and I'm gonna ride for them.
Right.
And that's just the truth.
Right. So you were talking a little bit about how the county and the Truce and staying with living with people from the opposite side prepared you for the penitentiary, and you asked me if I knew what you meant. I do, but I don't.
Okay.
I ain't been to the pen. So can you kind of walk me through that life?
I'm gonna give you a prime example. It's just this easy and just this simple. In the pen, it's more about race. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It's more about race than anything. I did 16 years in prison. I only had one Blood and Crip ride out of 16 years. One Blood and Crip ride. And that's, we tripping because you a Crip and you a Blood, we tripping about that. Out of 16 years. Everything else, stab wounds, cut wounds, hit in the head wounds, all came behind color. And not red and blue. Color. Black, brown, white. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's this simple. It's just plain and simple. If a Mexican got a knife to my throat, finna cut my throat, and it's a blood around to save me, do I want him to save me or let me die? It's just that simple.
Right.
Of course I want him to help me. Do I want him to say, oh, that's a Crip nigga, let him die? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? I want him to help me.
Right.
So that prepared me that we all the same. You know what I'm saying? We all the same at the end of the day. We just got different beliefs. That's kind of like a Catholic and a Protestant. You know what I'm saying? The Baptist and a Church of God in Christ. It's the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just got different kind of beliefs.
Right.
You like this, I like that.
Right.
We don't change that. We not alike.
Right.
We're a lot alike.
Okay. So let's fast forward to the future. So as of right now, you're a businessman.
Yes.
Okay. You own your club.
Right.
What first and foremost, what made you decide that you had to get into entrepreneurship?
Well, I got some partners. You know, I got some positive partners, man, that helped me out a lot.
Right.
You know, from the hood, not from the hood. You know what I'm saying? But they helped me a lot. They helped me grow a lot. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gang members. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just follow through them, listen to them, and got the opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, that's all. I manage it. I run the club. Okay. I got that opportunity.
Okay.
You know?
Do you feel like and this has been one of the ongoing debates is said that a lot of black boys that end up turning to the streets and selling drugs is they have entrepreneurship skills, they just don't know how to channel that into something constructive in a sense.
Right.
Do you believe that same thing is true?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
Because the type of money we made, me now and looking at then, man, we'd have been had 4 or 5 clubs.
Right.
We'd have been had car lots.
Right.
Man, I had 5, 6 cars at one time. I mean, it don't take nothing but 7 cars to start a car lot.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? 5, 6 cars of my own. But our thinking wasn't, oh, let me get these 7 cars and flip them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We wanted to get the 7 cars and fix them up and ride around and cap in them.
Right.
That's what a bunch of this shit is today. They cap. When they say capping for the media and capping for the gram and capping for Facebook, that's true. That's what it be. That's all it be. If they take some of that money and invest it right, it's easy.
Right.
It's easy.
Right.
I just didn't know it was that easy till I got an opportunity.
Right. So if you can talk to the old you, what would you tell yourself?
The old me?
Right.
Take that money and invest it. Instead of fixing them 7 cars up, fix them 7 cars and sell them. That's what I would have been doing. I mean, easy. 7 cars turned into 20. 20 turned into 30. It's that easy.
Right.
It's just that easy.
Right.
We don't live for that. See, hustling, we don't live for the future. We don't hustle for the future. We hustle for right now. That's what the hustlers do. They hustle for right now. If you go down the line, look at how many hustlers got some money. They got life sentences in the feds right now from all that dope and all that they was doing. How much of them got money right now? Just look at it. That speaks for itself. Because we're not hustling for the future. We hustle for right now. So we can cap right now. Oh, he got the big jewelry on. Oh, he got the 550 over there. Oh, he got. That's what we hustle for. We don't hustle to put it up. We don't hustle over $50,000. Let's go get a club. It don't take that much. We hustle to cap. That's facts.
Hey, real tone, there's some real money in the room.